I want to see it because I could have asked Greg what he's found out, and you know what? It didn't want to. I wanted to get it right from you guys right now. When Greg told me all this information, I could have said, Greg, what you got, man? Why don't you give me a preview before? But I refrained, even though I wanted to. I refrained. I wanted to listen to it at the same time you guys. So this is going to be new to me. Joe doesn't know what it is. Derek doesn't know what it is. We don't know what Greg's going to say. So I want to see if we can break Facebook with everyone. And I'm going to learn you guys the hard way what the hack is to posting. Always have your phone when you get on an assimilation webinar. Have it logged into the Facebook group. You hashtag with your phone, and you continue to watch your laptop or your screen. You hashtag with your phone. That's the hack, isn't it, Joe? We've been trying to teach people this.
Yeah, no, even yeah, you've been saying that for a few webinars, so that's what I do. It definitely makes it way faster.
All we need is just not even just half the people to say hashtag Greg Rocks, and we will get this thing started. And I promise you that you're going to be blown away, because if Greg says he's got something crazy, Greg's not a man of hype. He just isn't. If Greg says it, I just take his word for it, and I just believe it by all means necessary. This is broken. We just broke this page, Joe. So we're going to refresh it, and then we're going to get Greg fired up here in just a moment when we can see this. Here we go. Man, it just broke it. Straight up broke it. Now look, it's even going off on its own, doing different things. Wow. So here we go. So we're at about 1,200 right now. I'll let it go at 3. I'll let it go at 1,300. And I'm like watching it right now. So Greg, man, I hope you're doing your calisthenics. You know, you're doing your jumping jacks. You're getting ready to take over. But what we'll do is, while we're getting these, let me give you the screen, because, or if you can take it, yeah, I can give it to you. Let me go ahead and give you the screen right now to make sure you do what?
That Mac's working for you right now?
Oh, there's nothing to do with Mac. It has to do with GoToWebinar. It's like Mac sitting right here. This Mac sitting right here has only made me a few million this year, so I love it. I love it. I'm telling you, I'm like, it's spinning, giving you the okays, but if you can take it yourself, Greg, go ahead and take it.
No one can see it yet.
Don't think so.
Bring up Google, so I got a different screen.
Right.
Let me know.
That would kill the recording.
Jen says it's up. Anyone else see it?
I see Google. Yeah, I see your Google page.
Yeah. Guys, if you can see it, just give a hashtag number 8 so we know that you can see it in the Facebook group. You can see Greg's, yep, people say they can see it, so you're good.
All right, cool. All right, so we ready to roll?
Yeah, dude, take it away, man. It's all you.
All right, cool. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to kind of go through some stuff that's going on in the last year. It's going to take 10 to 15 minutes. And then we're going to really be getting into some meat, okay? I found some stuff that I think is really going to turn things around for a lot of people. Not even turn things around, but just supercharge things. And I'm really excited to show you guys what I found. What's crazy is it's so simple, and it's been in front of our faces the whole time. And some of us have even used it in a way before, but we've never used it to its capability. We've never realized how powerful it was. So something so simple, a lot of us know about it, but we haven't been using it, right? So first, let's do an overview of the last year. So around this time last year, everything slowed down. If you've been in SEO for more than a year, you know that, a year ago, you could basically just send a link. You could see the movement within a couple of days. You get to the first page within a couple of weeks, and that was it. Well, a year ago, it changed majorly. It slowed things down majorly, and it slowed down even more after that, where links are taking, I would say, 6 months or more to fully kick in, okay? And a lot of times, you won't see the movement from a link until about a month later. It depends on where the keyword's ranking currently, how new it is, competition, all that. Sometimes it can kick in right away if it's far back, and it'll jump to page 3. Then movement will be very slow. But for the most part, it's slowed down majorly. And then also what happened around that time at the same time is optimization change. So this combo made it extremely tough to analyze, particularly for new sites. And people had all sorts of views, of course. When this first started happening, no matter what people tell you, no one knew what was going on. People were saying links weren't working. You need more than links. You need socials. You need to send traffic to your links with social. You need all three together in order for this to work. So people were coming up with all different stuff of what was going on. And really, no one had any idea what was going on. And what's important to know is that SEO is, especially now, is different for existing sites. Very different. And I'm talking about sites that are already ranked. So there's different optimization rules, all right? And also sites that are ranking are very sticky and hard to knock off. So anything in the top three, especially competitive niches, very, very hard to knock off. And this can really be a good thing for us. I know you'll see why later. The important reason that I mentioned that, you can't just go and copy optimization from top ranked sites expecting the same results. You know, I know we teach a lot of like, just go look, see what the top sites are doing and kind of copy them. Be very careful when you copy the optimization of top ranked sites, because once you get ranked on the first page and you're trusted, you can get away with a lot more. And I'll explain the reasons for that in just a little bit. Actually, no, let's explain that now. So say you have a brand new site, right? You're not ranking anywhere. You know, you're going after Philadelphia painters, a site for Philadelphia painters. No trust, not ranking anywhere, brand new. Why would someone negative SEO a brand new site, right? So if you start sending bad links to a brand new site, what's going to happen? It's going to get penalized. It has no trust. No one has any reason to damage that site. The only person who would really do anything to that site is the owner, okay? On the flip end, if you're on the first page for Philadelphia painters, you've built up trust, people have a lot of reasons to come at you, all right? And this is exactly why Google has made it so, has given so much more wiggle room to sites on the first page. Very smart of them. It really fights negative SEO, so once you hit the first page, especially, and you start gaining trust, especially the top 5, you can get away with a lot more. I've even had cases, and I don't necessarily recommend this, where I started sending like more than I would, like a lot more than I would usually would for exact match anchor text, and not only has it not hurt me, but it actually moved me up. Be very careful. I just want to give you guys the information I'm getting. Be very careful doing that. I'm not recommending that. Just know that you can get away with more when you're trusted and you're on the first page. All right. So over the last few months or so, I've started about 100 new sites. Okay, I'm talking brand new sites, not age, none of that, because a lot of people are giving me this data again. Have age sites or sites that are already ranking, and they're doing like people from Moz. They have these big authority sites. They create a new page on it, and they're like, well, I got to the first page in 2 months. Well, yeah, that's all a site that has authority. It's a lot different. That's why I started creating a whole bunch of new sites and testing out new sites, because it's a whole different ball game for new sites, and that's very important, of course, for our new members. So again, when this change happened, for a while, I'm going to be honest, it had me pretty frustrated. The mixture of the slowdown, the optimization, it was brutal. Links took a while to kick in, and then when they did kick in, the optimization changed up, so they didn't land where they would have. Where they would have landed in 2 weeks before, now they're landing even further back a few months later because optimization changed. So, it really took me a while to figure this out, and I actually made a big mistake of slowing down my linking, which slowed the process even more. So I think I dropped the ball a little bit, but I won't do that again. And I also kind of fell into the trap of you now need this or that for SEO. You need traffic, and you need socials, and you need to do all this together. So again, I apologize for that. I dropped the ball again, and it won't happen again. I want to thank the rest of the OMG team for keeping me alive the past year. They've really had my back, and it's allowed me to kind of get in and show you what I'm about to show you. So big thanks to all the OMG team that's kind of had my back. All right, so with that said, what's working? What's working right now? So what I did is I went back to my roots. And any of you who have been in OMG or gone through my material know my roots are links, anchor text, and URL. Links, anchor text, URL. And there's two parts to a URL. There's a domain, and there's an inner URL. Domain and anchor text are the top two. 1 and 2 are domain, anchor text. Number 3 is inner URLs. Those are the top 3. The top 2 are by themselves in a different class, though. Domain and anchor text. You're going to see this in just a little bit. Number 3 is URL. 4 is probably title. 5 is probably meta description and content, right? In that around that order. But nothing compares to the top 2, domain and anchor text. And then number 3 is pretty far ahead, I would say, of title and content. The reason for this is, if you think about it, if someone starts a site, okay, let's say I start, actually, you know what? I'm going to go into this in just a little bit. Okay, we're not going to go into this yet. I'll get into this a little bit. So what I did is I stopped focusing so much on all the other stuff. All right, I went back to my roots again. So not saying it doesn't work. Okay, I'm not saying that traffic doesn't work, because it does. You do traffic and you do search and click, that works. All right, you do socials, it can work. But for me, my expertise is links, anchor text, URL, kind of the optimization, and that's what I went back to. I went back to my roots. All right. So make sure, before I get into this, make sure you go through sink or swim. All right, I've used it from the start, and my problems always come when I abandon it. So if you're new, please make sure you go through sink or swim. Make sure you understand optimization. There will be a replay of this. I'll have David or probably David cut out this part and probably put it in the sink or swim section. I'm actually going to call this reverse sink or swim. All right, this is very, very important. It's going to go right together with sink or swim. I'm going to go through some major points which will complement the sink or swim section tremendously, obviously. What I'm going to reveal is almost painful for a lot of reasons. You'll see in just a second. Could I have been wrong? Could I have been wrong about links, anchor text, and URL being the most important for local sites? Maybe I was wrong the whole time about links, anchor text, and URL being right for local. So I might owe you guys an apology. We'll see. All right. So first, again, as some of you already know, the domain is extremely powerful, as I just talked about. It's one of the top two. I can't put anchor text or domain ahead of each other because they're so different. But domain now, even more than ever, is extremely powerful, having keyword in domain. So let's just go do a random example here. Frisco Plumbers. So if we scroll down, we see, let me move over my go-to screen. You guys can't see it. There we go. All right, so what do we see here? We see top site, keyword in a domain. Second site, keyword in domain. We got an authority site. We got pretty much an EMD here, EMD type site. Authority, 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 keyword in domain, keyword in domain. Okay, mostly partials, one exact, pretty much exact. All authority. Now, you do searches nowadays, you're going to see a lot of this. Keyword in domain is extremely powerful. Okay, we'll get into why in just a second. More on this later. So let's go back to how I was maybe wrong about some things for local sites. All right, so let's go and type in something like Syracuse Plumbers. All right. First thing you notice again, we got authority site, keyword in domain. Keyword in domain, that's almost an EMD type thing there. Authority, 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 and then we got one without keyword in domain below the others. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I meant to do Syracuse Roofers here. Same thing there for the keyword domain. So Syracuse Roofers, we see same thing, keyword in domain, authority, 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 keyword in domain, all authorities below that. Okay, I've got Syracuse.com here. It's kind of keyword in domain there. So let's go look at these top guys. Now, one weird thing is they don't have keyword in domain. They don't have Syracuse in the domain, and they don't have it in their title, which is very unusual. All right, so they must have it in their anchor text, right? Because remember, my most important things are links, anchor text, and URL. All right, so let's go take a look at this site. Let's go throw it in Ahrefs. So they got 34 referring domains in their live index. They got 564 links. Let's go take a look at the anchor text. Huh. Man, I see no exact match anchor text. This is something you see for local a lot, which is why I could have been wrong for local. So I'm going to go to OMG Way here, and I want people to tell me, why is this site ranking? They don't have an EMD. They don't have exact match anchor text. They don't even have a keyword in the title. Why are they ranking?
No right or wrong answer, guys. Let's load it up.
Load it up. Why are they ranking? Inner pages, okay. Click and search, anchors. They have all branded anchors. Local traffic, citations. I don't see anyone that's got it yet. Cotton owns it. That could be it. Age of domain, no. Branded, no. Age, brand, on page. Geo. Links, Okay, James, you're close with links, but what about their links? What about their links? Local citations, geotags. All right, so some people said the closest thing so far is links. All right, so let's go take a look at their links. Hidden PBNs, could be hidden PBNs. I thought that for a while, and then I figured out something special. Let's take a look at these backlinks. I'm freezing up a little bit here with GoToWebinar. Just give me a second.
Maybe it's that Windows computer.
All right. So taking a look at the links, I wish I could get more interaction, but it's pretty slow going back and forth. So I'm just going to keep going here. I mean, what about these links is so special? I mean, I think I could get all these types of links, right? I mean, I just got some citations which people mentioned and all that. You know what, let's get right into it. Reverse sink or swim. When you have a site, all right, and Google is trying to figure out how to rank you. So you got NashvilleSEOteam.com. Let's say you do 20 links, okay? And let's say some of those, I'm not going to do all 20 links, but you know, you do some branded, Nashville SEO, some exact, SEO, content, whatever. This website, whatever case, right? So Google comes, and of course there'll be 20 more. What Google does to determine how relevant you are, the biggest thing that they consider at least, of course there's other things they consider, but I'm talking about the things we focus on, links, anchor text, and URL. They come and they read this first. They read the domain name, okay? Remember I said before, domain is so powerful. Domain is so powerful, or keyword in a domain is so powerful because once you create a domain, your domain is set. If you have Nashville SEO in your domain, your site's about Nashville SEO. That's it. Okay, and that's why a domain gets so much credibility for a keyword, because once it's set, it's set. Now, of course, when you set it up initially, it doesn't get much power, but once you start powering it, they're saying, okay, this guy, he's built a site, he has Nashville SEO in it, now he's starting to get trust because people are starting to link to the site, so this is a trusted site about Nashville SEO. Then they come to the anchor text, and they see the same thing. Oh, Nashville SEO here. Well, this site's relevant for Nashville SEO, so we're going to put it at the top of the search engines. Well, guess what? It seems they do the same thing for your links. Now, when I always looked at Majestic before, I looked at something, let's just go to cottongrammar.com. I always tried to figure out how does Google determine relevancy. You know, I figured they probably use something like this, and they probably do. You know, they might with what I'm about to show you. But I figured out, I'm almost positive, because I see it over and over and my testing confirms it, I think they use reverse sink or swim. So what do I mean by that? Let's take a look here. Remember, as I'm going through this, the most important thing is anchor text and domain. I'm getting some background noise from someone. Can I, okay, cool. All right, so again, remember the two biggest ranking factors when you're trying to rank a site, you know, your own site in the search engines, is domain and anchor text, okay? Number 3 is inner URL, 4 is title, 5 is description and all that, all right? First one, humanecny.org. Well, has NY in the domain, okay, which is pretty good because Syracuse is in New York, so that's somewhat relevant. Siding contractor, pretty good. Contractor goes along with roofing. We got bbb.org. Look what we got in the inner URL. It's third best ranking factor, but this is pretty good. Syracuse, roofing. Yellow Pages, Syracuse contractors. This is a big one right here. Syracuse in the domain name, the top rank, with your anchor text, the top ranking factor. Then you got roofs right here, okay? GAF, roofing contractors, inner URL. Let's scroll down a little bit. Kudzu, roofing, all right? I'm going to go, remind me if I don't cover this, the brand name is extremely important, okay? What your brand name is extremely important. I should remember, but if I don't, please remind me. Here we got contractors, roofers, Syracuse in the title. All right, Port Syracuse roofers here, Syracuse roofing. This is why, I'm going to give you a hint, this is why what you name your brand is so important. If you have a keyword in your brand, it starts being listed in the URLs which is a ranking factor for relevance. Okay. So let's scroll down a little bit. Syracuse, roofing. So far pretty good. Now we're getting even better. Now we're getting to the interesting stuff. Roofing in the domain name. Okay, roofing in domain name. Let's keep going down. We got some roofing contractors enter URL still. Scroll down a little more. Remodeling in a domain name. Okay, roofing in a domain name. Roofing, roof, roofer, roofing. Roofing, roofing in the domain name, roofing in the domain name again, roofing, domain name again, roofs in the domain name, okay? So, as you scroll down, you see even more roofing, a lot in the domain name. So, what's reverse sync or swim? It's relevance of links based on the site's linking to you, okay? Going by domain name, and then, I didn't look at the anchor text of these, but that, of course, also would play a big role. So, what I've been doing is I've been doing stuff like this. Of course, I do a lot more affiliate, which is a little harder. You have to manipulate a little more. But for my recommendation, when you're doing your local stuff, juice up the stuff where you have your exact keywords in the URLs. Okay? Juice up that stuff. Look for, this is why local citations can be so powerful, because you can get keywords in domain, which is a highly relevant thing. All right? Now, let's go through the branding choice. If these guys were called just Vanderhoof Company Inc. without roofing in there, they wouldn't be ranked anywhere near where they are. The reason is, first of all, it would be in a lot less of their anchor text, okay? It wouldn't be in their domain name, and then it wouldn't be in all these URLs, which is giving them relevance over here. Because sometimes, like it lists right here, Vanderhoof Roofing Company Syracuse. It would just say Vanderhoof Company Syracuse, no roofing. So it puts a lot more roofing in your citations. You can put it in your socials. So a lot of people, they ask me for advice on creating a brand until really I found this a couple months ago. So if I wouldn't have done this, but let's say I'm starting an SEO agency and I want to go by gregmorrison.com, right? Now, that's good, but it doesn't have my keyword in it, which Google gives so much credit to now. And then when I go and do my citations and all that, if I don't have my keyword in there, that won't give me as much credit either. So what I would do is I would choose this domain right here. Okay, I would pick up this domain. I would also go create gregmorrisonseo.com, and then I'm going to 301 redirect this to this. I'm going to use this for all my business cards and anywhere I want. All right, because anyone that visits this is going to go here, but we still get the SEO benefits of this right here. Not just in our domain, but when we create our citations and when we create our social properties, because they're going to be listed as Greg Morrison SEO. When Google sees a link with something with SEO in it, in the domain, in the inner URL, they give you more relevancy for that topic. Okay. So let's go do some random examples just to prove this. Okay, let's just go type in some random stuff. Let's go do, I don't know, Houston. So what do we see here? We got authority, authority, authority. Again, we got keywords and domain that we've seen before. Keyword and domain, kind of exact. Let's go to the top one. New image roofing. All right. I'm talking about the top ranking regular site. It's not an authority site. So. And this gets better, guys. This is going to be extremely powerful for everyone, I promise you. So let's go look at new image roofing. We got 19 links in the live index. Let's go look at the anchor text. All right. So again, we got no exact match anchor text. Well, we have this one right here, new image roofing Houston, but one is not enough for Houston. I mean, Houston's a big city. Roofing's a pretty big area, so that would just not be enough. All right. So let's go look at their backlinks. What do we see again? Houston roofing. All right. Houston. We got roofing in this one. And again, if they were just newimage.net, they wouldn't have roofing right here. So that's why having a keyword in your domain can be so important when you're doing stuff like your citations. All right, roofing, easy local. We got Houston roofing, contractor, which is really a synonym for roofing. I mean, it goes hand in hand. It's an LSI. Roofing in domain. Oh, what a surprise! Roofing in domain. Surprise. Okay. Scroll down here. Houston. Houston in the subdomain. Roofing. Roof in the domain. Oh, there's Houston in the domain. Houston roofing. Let's go and do another random one. Let's go a different niche.
Hey, like Greg, do you mind if I slow you down a little bit just to ask some questions for the people out there to make sure that they're following along? I'm going to make sure that I am too, because this is very, very, very powerful. So
Absolutely.
what we're noticing is right now is that these links are coming back in that are literally exactly keyword in the domain name, right?
That's number one most powerful, yes.
Great. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to the Facebook group. How many people's following everything that goes on right now? Give me hashtag I do, and if you're not, do I don't. I want to make sure you get this because what Greg's talking about is powerful. We don't want to leave anybody behind. Now, my question to you is, Greg, is
this is going to get a lot more powerful, I promise.
yeah, we got a lot of I do's. I just want to make sure everyone's following us. The next question that I got, just so we're following on because I've seen some questions and people are shooting me questions, and I'm just wanting to clear it up to make sure everyone understands it. We notice that there's also some URLs that we can put the keyword in the URL. So if we had just newimage.com but not roofing, like we have right up here, number one on the map pack, what if it was newimage.com but we made the inner page roofing Houston? Is that getting the same sort of power as it new image roofing Houston?
No.
So the inner URLs and how you're naming the inner pages, it's the main pages that's the actual URL that's creating the power.
The domain creates the power because of what I talked about earlier, where once you set a domain, your domain's set. You can't. An inner URL is easier to. You just go and set the inner URL. You can change that. That's easy to set up. But once you make a commitment to create a domain, you start sending links to that. Google's saying, well, this guy, he's made a commitment to this domain. It has this keyword, and people are liking this site because they're linking to it. We have to give him credit for that keyword. Whereas an inner URL, you can start a site about anything. You can put an inner URL keyword optimized for anything you want. It's much easier to do, which is why domain gets so much more credit.
Great. Already, I understood that myself. I just wanted to re-ask it in case I had some people out there to do. Please continue. This is amazing.
Okay. So, you know what's funny, guys, is, like I said, some of us have done this. You know, we've gone out, we've created Weebly's, and we've had our keywords in the Weebly. Like, we've known this helps. Just we've never taken it to where we should, and I don't think anyone's ever really noticed exactly what's going on. You know, I've always looked at these local sites. I'm like, man, they have no exact anchor types. What's going on? And I saw this, and I was like, holy shit! Like that's crazy. That's where they're pulling their relevance from. So let's just go into some more random ones. Still like Houston divorce lawyers. I don't know. All right, so let's go see the first guy. All right, so the first one is actually a regular site. He's got it in his title, not in his domain, surprisingly. You see that a lot nowadays. So let's go to Ahrefs and throw them in, see what we got. We'll go through a few more of these, and then we'll move on to how this gets even more powerful. So let's go to his anchor text. All right, so he has a little bit in this one. Well, he has 15 of these, actually, so he has a good amount there. But it's not exact. He has some exact here. He has 6 actually. So he has 6. So this guy actually has. He's doing his anchor text a lot like we do, okay? Where he's kind of mixing it up, you know, throwing in some exact, putting it in different places, like he has Houston divorce lawyer, different stuff, maybe adds on to it. So he's actually doing his anchor text a lot like us. But I'm interested to see what his links are. I can almost guarantee he also has. So look, these are probably PBNs he's using. And this is another thing, guys, that I've recognized. When you're doing this, if you start doing this, be careful of sending keyword anchor text from keyword domains, okay? So if you have, like, you know, HoustonLawyerHub.com, be careful of sending the anchor text Houston Lawyer to your site. I would use more of the really relevant domains that you're linking from with branded anchor text, according to what I'm seeing. Because you can get in trouble with over-optimization a lot easier from relevant domain, relevant anchor text. It seems like it's almost too much in some cases. But anyways, what this guy's doing, he's using PBNs. These look like PBNs for some of his anchor text. So this one right here is I thought I said a divorce. It's actually just DOS. That's not good. I was looking for relevance. All right, so we got lawyers Houston in this. Let's see, DMIs, law firms. So that goes Pinterest. Here's a good one. Houston in the subdomain, talking about divorce. Houston attorney, Texas.com. So he's got the name of the state in there. Relevance, guys. Relevance in his links. Google pulls relevance from your links the same way they pull relevance to rank you. All right. So let's keep going down here. So see what he's doing. He's using like regular type sites for his money keywords, but then on the really relevant ones, he uses his branded, and that's what I'm saying is working really well. If you're going to be doing keyword optimization. All right. So lawyer.com, that's very relevant. So not as much as we saw before, but he makes up for it in his anchor text. So he has some exact match anchor text, right? Let's go do some other ones. Not surprisingly, he's ranked. He's got a lot of exact match anchor, and let's do a different city actually for this. Let's do Topeka. That's a city thing. All right, what do we got? All right, so the second one, of course, is almost an EMD. Let's go take a look at them. They can look a lot different because when you have an EMD, you're really powerful. So I'm excited to see what we get here. He got a lot of his keywords in his domain. He only has 6 links. All right. He only has 6 links from, 6 referring domains, 9 links. Let's just see what this looks like. And it's all branded. I mean, he has keywords in domain. I wouldn't think that would be enough. I would think that he would also have relevance in the links that we're about to see, just because he doesn't have many links. All right, so considering adoption, that could be considered relevant. I mean, adoption goes hand in hand with family law, right? Here we go, domestic violence attorney, hand in hand with family law. Relevance in the domain linking to them. Lawyer, okay. Again, lawyer in domain name. Oh, here's a good one. Child custody lawyer, DIR. Again, hand in hand with family law. Relevance in the domains that are linking to him. All right, let's go do a couple more, and then we'll move on. Let's do a bigger city, Rochester, New York. All right, so we got authority, and mostly authority here. Let's take these guys, they're number 9. Be interesting to see someone kind of further down. Let's throw them in. Lisa A. Sadinsky. So she's got 10 referring domains, 23 links. Let's go look at the anchor text. All branded. Okay, she's got some attorney stuff in there, but mostly branded. So she has to have relevant links. She has to. From what I'm saying. I'm seeing this every time. When I see branded links, all branded, I'm seeing relevant links. I can almost guarantee that's what we're going to see. All right, so we got Yellow Pages, Syracuse domestic violence attorneys, Rochester law firm. Oh, lawyers.com, lawyer, keyword and domain. And then there's New York, Chamber of Commerce, Rochester, lawyer.com. The other one was lawyers with an S. Again, relevance. Lawyer Central, keyword and domain, lawyer. And then we got Rochester up here in the title, and that counts too. Not as nearly as much as the others, but so let's see. Family law, Rochester, that's a little one there. But you got domestic and family law up here on the title, that probably helps. Lawyers, New York. Here we go. Here's a good one. Domestic violence attorney, DIR. We saw that earlier. And Rochester attorney. Okay. Director of law. We got law in there. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. There we go. Review child custody lawyers. Again, keyword in domain. So how she ranked with no keyword optimized anchor text? She has it in the domains that are linking to her. Okay. Now, here's a good example actually, where if she changed her site to Lisa A. Sadinsky family law or whatever she's going after, she's had family law after it, I'll bet you she would be up in the top 3. Because that would not only would that keyword be in her domain name, but it would also start appearing in more of these links. It'll give her more relevance in these links linking to her. Let's go do one more, and then we'll kind of move on to how this gets even more powerful. Let's do a totally different niche. Akron, where did divorce lawyers do painters? All right, so we got BBB, Wow One Day, Thumbtack. All right, again, mostly authority sites. This guy's right here at number, let's see, 1098. He's number 7. Okay. Akron's, I think, a pretty small city, 100,000 people. Let's see what we got here. So we got 19 referring domains, 84 links. Let's go look at his anchor text. All branded. No keywords in domain, so he has to have relevant. He has to have relevant links. And that's the only way Google would really put him there. But he's not that far up, all right? I mean, he's number 7 in a city that's not even that competitive, so he doesn't need that much to get here. So he's got Akron and a URL there. That's not doing much for him. Here we go, Akron Painters. That's going to help him out. Akron Painters, same thing there. So we got Akron Painting. Oh, that's a good one right there. Akron in a domain name that's pointing to him. That's helping him. Contractors. Oh, here's a good one. Painting contractors in a subdomain, then Ohio, which is where Akron is, of course. Akron in a subdomain, painting contractors. Painting contractors, Akron. Let's see. Reviewpainters.com, again, painters in the domain name, Akron Painters, okay? So as you can see, this trend continues. As I'm looking at random sites, you either see sites with keyword optimized anchor text, or you see a lot of branding where they have links from sites that have relevancy, okay? It's links that have relevancy, and it goes by the same rule that they use to rank sites, all right? So before I go further into this on how this is so powerful for us, I want to bring you further into an example to show you how Google works, okay? You're going to kind of see the simplicity here. So one of the niches I'm in is electronic cigarettes, all right? So let's go type in one of my old keywords, best electronic cigarette. These guys right here have been destroying this niche. Why? Why have they been destroying it? Let's go take a look at this site. Let's just throw them in Open Site Explorer because people read those metrics easily. All right, so they got domain authority 50, page authority 59, 286 root domains, which they have way more because Open Site Explorer sucks at crawling. But what do we see? In their anchor text, they have stuff about smoking. They have stuff about smoking in their domain, okay? The links linking to them talk about smoking. What this guy did is he picked this site up at auction, all right? Then he changed it into, he created a page on electronic cigarettes, but this site was pre-themed about smoking, which is hand in hand with electronic cigarettes, because of all these links and anchor text going to them. So going up against this guy would be a nightmare, because this guy has a pre-powered site. Let's actually throw him in Ahrefs and see how many links he really has. All right, so he actually has over 1,000 referring domains, over 5,000 links, and then we can look at his anchor text breakdown a lot easier right here. Look at all of this stuff about quit smoking. From authoritative sites that have smoking-related stuff in the URL and domains. Look at this. Look at all this quit smoking, e-cigarette stuff. Most of this was pre-built to this site. This guy picked up this site with power, with relevance, okay? So people ask, do expired domains still work? Absolutely, age domains still work. But when they have relevance, it's a whole nother story. And here's a perfect example. There's a guy, he just did a 301 redirect. Let me see where he's ranked. He was number 3, okay? Let's see where he is now. He's not even first page anymore for this. He was number 3 before he did the redirect. He redirected this site right here, okay? Which has the same metrics as the site we see right here. His mistake was he thought that it was powered by the authority. Now it is, but what really powers it is the relevance, okay? The relevance in his anchor text and the relevance in the links linking to him just set this guy up to destroy this market. And he would be very, very hard to beat, okay? So, you know, that's kind of just showing you how Google works and how they read things. It's very basic. They come to your site, they read what's in your domain, they read who's linking to you, what those links say. Remember, guys, it's a computer. It can't think. It reads the most. Why does it give anchor text and domain the most importance? Because those are the two hardest things to do. Once the domain's set, it's set. I mean, that's it. And then if you take the time to build trust to that, that's a huge ranking factor because it's so set. And the same thing with anchor text. It takes time to. Nothing is harder than building links or building up the authority of a site, of a domain. That's why those two things are so big, and that's why they take those things as such big ranking factors. I just never realized that it kind of worked in reverse, and that's sink or swim in reverse. But this gets even more exciting because, guys, we know how to get sites that are pre-powered, don't we? So let's go into Register Compass. And there's a couple ways that we can do this. Now, if you're in local, I recommend what you do is you take a look at the top sites on the first page and you pull out sites that are relevant by URL, okay? And also, if you can, make sure you try to put in a keyword with the brand because of everything that I just talked about. If you can, if it's possible, do it. If it's not too far in the process, you can even do a 301 redirect, all right? If too many people have questions on that, we can do a video on it, but let me keep moving forward here. Let's go to domain search. So one of the things we just did were divorce lawyers. So let's go search for divorce. I want to make sure it's indexed. All right, I'm going to keep this basic. I want to make sure it has some authority at least. These don't need to be super powerful. They just need to be relevant, okay? And we can use this for some branded anchor text. Trust flow, I want above 0. I want to at least have some trust flow. Let's go find some domains. All right, so we found 45 auction domains, 10 expired domains. Let's bring this up. Now, most of the sites you see are going to be no good or overpriced or whatever the case, but you can find some gems in here. Trust me, I've been doing it for a few months now. Because like I would probably go after the ones that are lower priced or pre-released, like these right here. Look, you got divorce support custody, divorce attorney Los Angeles. I'm just looking at some of these lower priced ones. Divorce hit. Then if you of course just go look at the metrics and just make sure they check out. They don't have to be super strong, just relevant with natural anchor text. Okay, $12, 69, 5. But this isn't it, guys. Because guess what? We got access to someone. I don't know if he's on this call or not. Gregory Ortiz. I hit him up the other day, and I said, Gregory, I said, your scraper, which by the way scrapes for I believe millions of expired domains. Can you search by keyword and domain? He said, yep. I said, great. So not only can you go and search auction domains, well, you can just hit up Gregory Ortiz, say, hey, I need keywords with any of these words in them, and he'll get them back to you. Okay? Super powerful, guys.
Yeah, and if Gregory gets busy, Derek does the same thing.
Okay, I didn't know Derek did the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So there is other stuff you can do here, guys. All right. I'll give you ideas. If you're a beginner, please don't play with this. If you're more advanced, just test around with it. Guys, you can create a domain on anything you want. You can send links to it. You can 301 stuff to it to power it up. You can create social properties with your stuff in it and 301 a good auction domain to it with relevance. All right. I mean, there's so much stuff that can be done here. I'm so early in testing, but I can just tell you that it is definitely extremely powerful. So I got a couple more things. You got anything to add there?
No, not at all. This is incredible stuff. I mean, everyone should be buzzing right now. I mean, guys, if you're loving this, give me #love. We have almost 900 people on right now. This is an OMG record of attendance on a webinar that I've ever been on. So, if you're loving what Greg's teaching and you want to see a little bit more, you make some #love right now so we can continue on. But doing an amazing job, man. Just push it on.
Thanks, man. See, I'm pretty much done with this part. I just want to kind of talk about how I've been approaching stuff, which has really been helping me. I talked about earlier how I'm mainly focusing on links, anchor text, URL now, but I said, stuff like traffic does really help. And the way that I've been approaching a lot of things is I've been doing long tails first. Like I've really been focusing on long tails first. For one thing, they rank quicker and easier, especially with this new algorithm. I mean, you can get a long tail on page 1 within a month or 2 months, depending on the niche. I mean, that's just general, medium competition. The harder terms, like 2 words, 2 words, single words, they can take 6 months to a year, even longer for some niches. So what I like doing is ranking long tail stuff, getting that traffic, which then gives me, which then helps kind of build my site up. And kind of like once you start getting traffic for long tails, it will naturally bring up your shorter tail versions. All right. So if you really focus on getting those long tails on page 1, people start clicking those long tails. Google is going to say, hey, people are finding relevance in this. Let's start moving him up for the shorter tail version. And it seems to be working very well. So, we've always talked to go after long tails, but even more so now, really focus on those long tails first. I know it's just a little traffic in most cases, but that's going to help you. Getting that natural traffic is going to help you all around. All right, and that's going to help build up your trust and all that. And it's easier to rank for. It's quicker. You can show your clients results, like quicker. So going after long tails is really the way to go now. It's the way I've been approaching pretty much all my sites. We were going to talk about the Google Guide tonight, and I was going to talk about why some niches are really hard to rank. I'm going to skip that tonight, all right? And we'll cover that in the next webinar. Last thing I want to say is that more content is huge now. Before, you could get away with shallow, and you still can in some places, but they're really ranking, they're really looking at more content more now, okay? So if anything, add more content to sites that are having trouble and see if that helps you. I was talking to Tim Smith the other day, and we were talking, he was like, it seems like 4,000 words is the new 1,000 words, and it's true. So, and it's the same thing with domain and anchor text. Content's one of the hardest things to do. I mean, it takes effort, it takes time, it takes money. The more content you have, the more it shows you're serious about what you're doing. So that's pretty much all I got for him, Cotton. If there's any questions,
No, it's amazing stuff. Someone just asked a simple question, Rick. We got about 400 new people just came into ONG. Can you explain to people what the difference between, or just kind of tell them what a long tail is? Some people just don't know what that is. We could just take 30 seconds and just explain to them what a long tail is. It'd be great.
Yeah, so, if I'm going after, like, Nashville SEO, right? Say I've got a site, NashvilleSEOteam.com. I'm really going after Nashville SEO. Go after stuff like Nashville SEO company, or even stuff like Best Nashville SEO company. Even stuff like that. I mean, people are searching that. It's going to show no searches in the keyword planner. Well, if someone's looking for a Nashville SEO, trust me, people are going to go type in Best Nashville SEO company. And Best really goes along with a lot of niches. If people type in Best this, Best that, Best service. So you can go after Best type keywords a lot with company on the end, firm on the end, different words on the end. Start with those long tails and kind of work your way down. You go after this first, then go after this, then start working your way towards Nashville SEO. And it'll kind of naturally happen as you build your way up anyways.
Great. It's perfect. Guys, this should have blown your mind right now. If it hasn't, give me hashtag mind blown. If right now that you feel that you've got enough information right now, and trust me, I guarantee you that any other of these little free Facebook SEO groups that kick it around or whatever, they don't figure this stuff out. They don't. They don't have this type of information. This is what happens when you hunker down for 6 months and come up with this type of information. And I literally want to see. It's important. Yeah, I mean, we've got close to 900 people. We can at least get 500 hashtag mind blows. You can pick up your phone, type in hashtag mind blow just to show Greg his appreciation, dedication, and hard work. It's just 6 months of research right here. 6 months of research that you've just been shown right now of exactly what to do so you don't have to do it. Greg put in 6 months of his life to give you this information. That's the least you could do to show him your appreciation. Greg, once again, mind-blowing stuff. And tomorrow I want to get with you because this is the first time I've seen this, but I got something to share with you that's going to blow what you just shown when we combine it together. It's just going to take it nuts.
Awesome. So, what's cool? People can really, build more natural anchor text portfolios with this, which will really keep us for the future. So, I mean, it's just huge for people. I think it's going to be huge.
Oh, it's massive, dude. This is incredible stuff. So I greatly appreciate your time, and thank you for sharing it on the simulation. It's just amazing stuff. And, if you can throw the screen back to me, we've got people just lighting up that Facebook group. Wow. Let me see if I don't think I can grab it. Someone could here show my screen. So here we are. Let me go ahead and reboot this. I'm looking on my other screen. I might even have to load up another one right here. You know what? Let me just get rid of this. This is not right here. So let Let me bring Facebook back up. And I want to show you just all the people that are going crazy here because they're going absolutely bananas right now. And you can see we're almost at 2,000 comments right now. Mind blowns go on. And this is just crazy stuff. Joe, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
What do you think, man?
Dude, it's insane. I mean, you know, on the promo webinars, a lot of times I talk about Greg and say, you know, how much he's helped my business. It's because of stuff like this where, I mean, he's just in there looking at the algorithms and how things are working with Google, you know, that I don't have time to study it in that detail, nor do I have the talent. And, you know, he goes through that and boom, you know, he just gives it to all of us. I mean, there's like almost 1,000 people on this webinar and, you know, they just got this information nobody else has. Because I can tell you nobody else looks into it as deep as Greg does. So it's amazing.
Yeah. And I just want to say this, and I don't know why, it just came into my mind to say it, but for those of you that are OMG, protect your information. You know, for you to look like big man in a little SEO group and go post all this stuff you know, and they're getting all your information that like you're spending a lot of money for. Just be smart. Keep this to yourself. I mean, if you're picking up what I'm throwing down, just give me hashtag pick up. I mean, you don't realize how many groups I'm in and how I just kind of look around and see and people spitting out OMG info for free and you're looking like big man. But the whole point of it is it ain't making you no money. And all it's doing is it's diluting knowledge. This is what OMG's in. If they wanted to get OMG, they would scratch your two nickels together and they'd find a way to get in just like you did. So this is information right here that's vital. It's vital for you to have to exist in 2016. So, Greg, I can't thank you enough for what you've done, man. It's incredible. It's incredible.
I couldn't do it without you guys. Like I said, you guys have been carrying me all year, especially you, Todd, and they're just pushing things along. And it was a frustrating year for me, man. It just took a long time. This algorithm sucked with testing, but, you know, it's done, and I appreciate you guys having my back.
Oh, dude, I've never not have your back. Derek, you got anything to add or just anything? I don't want to leave you out.
Not really. I mean, Greg did a great job. I mean, it's the same strategies that we've been using, right? So talking more about relevance, that
right.
How anchor text is, you know, it's losing its value more and more, right? So, I mean, the power of a certain anchor text from an irrelevant domain is going to be less powerful than like a branded anchor text from a really relevant domain. So that's why I try to get people not to be obsessed about, you know, certain anchor texts and trying to hammer on geo-optimized anchors and just, you know, just kind of think more naturally how like a real business should do it, you know, and you'll and then you can always come in with your PBNs that are they're not relevant, but just have like power hitters. You can still snipe stuff, you know.
Sure.
And one thing I didn't cover, I forgot to cover, was you know, the reason you see this in local is because a lot of times with affiliate you have people doing like, you know, like product reviews and stuff like that. Well, you can't really get relevance from domain. Like if you're promoting V26, right, and you do V26review.com, who else is going to link to you? Only your competitors aren't. Like only your competitors are going to have this domain, so they're not going to link to you, right? So that's why with affiliate you see a lot more keyword optimized anchor text because you don't have the keyword relevance in the domain name. So for anyone in affiliate, that's you can be creative with this and do the same thing I just showed with local, but that's why with affiliate you see a lot more keyword anchor text.
Super, super powerful stuff, man. Love it. Love it. Next week, guys, we promised you that we were going to go over the search quality guide or how Google trains their employees. We didn't have enough time to do that tonight. We're going to pick that up next week. That's what we'll do next week. Greg will be back on. We're going to have Fletch on. He's went over. We're going to break that down incredibly. What we're going to do right now is, as promised, oh man, we get to talk about OMG Live. And for those of you that are brand new that don't know what OMG Live is, if you've been to OMG Live and it's changed your life and literally blew up your business, I want you to give me a hashtag OMG Live right now. Give me a hashtag OMG Live. I know we've got some people on here that have been to OMG Live before. We've got testimonies. We've got everything that's went on here. Just everyone. There's Michael Lander Spears. I met him at OMG Live. just everyone, for those that have been to OMG Live, it's literally life-changing. And it's been that way for the last 3 years. People say it's an incredible experience, and you're seeing that right there. I'm going to go in and just explain to you what OMG Live was last year and what it's going to be this year. And I want to just talk to you a little bit about it. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this. This is going to be another life-changing thing. So last year, OMG Live was 3 days. It started on a Friday night at 7 o'clock, ended Monday night. And what it was is it was a $2,000 non-disclosure event, things we could never share on live webinars because of piracy and other things. And it was literally the most cutting-edge SEO everywhere. And that was just with OMG coaches. So the coaches would come out, throw down, and for you to know. And that's what went on last year. It was always held in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, David, you know, and I'm glad he did, he just said, you know what, I want to throw the reins over to OMG Live, to you this year, and let's see what we can do. I want to see, you know, what you got. I want to do it with your vision one time. Because I had a vision for OMG Live to where I thought we could literally change the internet marketing world with one live event. And so I love the challenge. And so I got fired up. So at that place, I could do whatever I wanted. I had the range to do whatever I wanted. I went to work. First thing I did is I decided not to do it in Nashville this year. It will be in Orlando, Florida. It was always in November. I tried to get it a little bit earlier, but Orlando's a very popular place. I wanted the most exclusive, the most incredible location, literally, that we could think of. So I did. I got the Hyatt Regency Conference Center on International Drive in Orlando, Florida. Premium, walking distance from malls, 100 restaurants, the Orlando Eye, everything back and forth. Lock that down. Then my thing was I had a vision that I would turn OMG into something a little bit bigger and a little bit better. Meaning is that us coaches have a lot to give, but there's a whole lot more that I want to expose you to that are amazing. So we rearranged OMG Live all around to where David and I would have many strategy sessions for hours till we finally came up with the most incredible idea for OMG Live. OMG Live will be October 14th through October 16th this year. It will be a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. Now, the first day, let me just walk you through what it's going to be. The first day is going to be Friday. We don't want you to wake up too early. We're going to get started about 1 in the afternoon so you can get adjusted, meet everybody, get checked in, everyone get their badges and everything. Day 1, we're going to give you an old-fashioned OMG Live. You're going to be signing non-disclosures, and we're going to rock it out with some of the most incredible SEO information for 9 straight hours. That's day 1. We're going to put 3 days into 1 day, that day on Friday. Greg, myself, Joe, Fletch, Liz, we're going to bring in Will Pettit, Derek. We're going to throw down like you've never seen anyone throw down in 9 hours. And there is going to be non-disclosure signed, and we're going to give you information that we could never share on webinars. There's stuff that I showed at OMG Live that I have never shown and never will show unless you're at a live event. It's just the way it works. That's what's going to go down on day 1. Now, day 2. Now, first of all, with that alone, with what I've described, how many of you are like, hell yeah? Give me a hashtag hell yeah if that hasn't got you excited with just that part alone. With just that part alone. I want to see it because, man, we want to learn, we want to get information, we want to get the most cutting edge information, non-disclosure stuff, cutting edge stuff that we're doing. How do I stay ranked for 2 years for the terms that I do? What is Derek doing? Greg's new stuff that he's finding. Why does Joe Marfolio make $100K a month off lead gen? Why does Fletch do this? We're going to get into it. We're going to throw down. Liz has already said she's going to throw down and give the most cutting edge Amazon information too. We're going to roll it out hardcore. Now, this was my vision for the next 2 days. I wanted to bring in the top speakers on this planet to blow your effing mind. That's right. That's what I wanted to do. So I went out and I negotiated for the last 3 weeks for hours with some of the most top names that you could never even dream that we would get. You'd never even dream that would be at OMG Live. You see, because I just didn't want to make this any event. I wanted us to go to hashtag next level with this event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 speakers, just 3, that are going to happen on Saturday and Sunday. Just 3. And with these 3 speakers alone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an early bird special to OMG Live. Now, here's what I want to tell you. OMG Live has always been $2,000 a person. And I went to David and I said, hell no, hell no. Too much money. It's way too much. Let's cut it in half. You know what? And David said, you know what? F it. Let's not only cut it in half, let's knock another $10 off the half. So tickets right now are going to be $9.89 per person. That's it. Over half less than what it was last year. Now, here's the kicker to this. Here's the kicker to this.
I had to do that because of the payment plan.
Exactly.
They have to save $6.
But still, David, you weren't happy with half off. You wanted more than half off. And I love that about you.
There you go.
The next thing I went to David and I said, look, I want to get this thing out early because I don't want people to have to spend $1,000 out of their pocket right away. I want a 4-pay plan to where people can pay over 4 months and it's only $249 a month. I want that as well.
So, of course, I rubber stamped that as well.
Yeah, you rubber stamped it. You rubber stamped it. So it's on a 4-pay plan at only $249 a month, and you get to bring a +1. Now, let me go over the speakers that we have lined up so far, and David has not heard of one of them. This is going to be news to him. We're going to give you the link right here. The first speaker is going to be obvious, and then I'm going to get to the nuclear bomb. The first speaker that I'm going to announce for OMG Live 2016, one of my very, very, very good friends, is going to be Alex Becker. He will be one of the speakers that will be there. Now, that's obvious. Now, if you really want to wake up Alex Becker, tag him in this group right now. He is in it. Just tag his name, Alex Becker. We get 100 people tag him. They can fry his phone. I would really love to do that. I'd love to fry his phone right now.
Alex spoke at the first OMG Live. He opened it up, and he was phenomenal. He shared a strategy for client getting that he used, and a whole funnel, and it was really brilliant the way he did it.
Sure. Not hashtag Alex Becker. Just type in Alex Becker and tag him. We want to make sure that I break his phone and he cusses me out. It's always fun when that happens. Now, that's Alex Becker. Now, the one that David doesn't know, I just spoke to him 10 minutes before the webinar, is a guy that is literally, he says he's slated to do $10 million this year in his business. And I've had a chance to work with him personally. Amazing. And the second speaker that I can name at this moment is Chris Record. He is also confirmed that he will be speaking at OMG Live 2016. Chris Record, if you don't know who he is, amazing.
That's
amazing.
Excellent news. Excellent.
Yeah. Chris Record is mind-bending. I've had a chance to work with him several times, and Chris Record just confirmed a few minutes before there. So that's Becker and Chris Record. Now, even if we just had Becker, Chris Record, and all the OMG coaches, and we just did SEO, that would be enough. But here's the bomb. So David and I really tore around in this many people. So what I'd like to do is if you had a choice of who you would like to see as a guest speaker. Oh yeah, there's more. There's more. Here's the bomb I'm getting ready to drop of our speaker, of our massive speaker. David and I just locked
Before you
him
get
up.
to it, make sure people know what it means to speak at OMG Live. Is you're revealing stuff, you're dropping bombs. This isn't like a little overview of something in a sales pitch or something like that. This is new people might really have no idea what it means for someone to speak.
Right. It's an honor. Like to speak at OMG Live, just to let you guys know, it was that was all I cared about when I first joined OMG is early on when I heard about OMG Live and how it was talked about, that was my goal. I was like, I want to be invited to speak at OMG Live. Then I know that I've arrived, and thank God I was invited to speak to OMG Live the very first year that I was in.
And when you were preparing for that talk, Cotton, you were thinking, what can I reveal that I don't reveal anywhere else? What can I, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
it's that kind of talk typically.
Yeah, it's a non-disclosure event. What you learn has to absolutely stay there. So it's an honor to be there. It's definitely an honor, and I've did my best to make sure that this is going to be the place, to the audio, to the visual. It's going to be top notch. So who would you like to see? I'd like to see that if you had your choice of who you would like to bring in, let me see you post that on there while I tell you the story. So we went through, David and I really came back through, and we had a lot of discussion. We got a lot of prices in from everybody. At first, we thought we were going to Shark Tank it out, that we were going to bring in Damon John, we were going to bring in Mr. Wonderful. We contacted Mark Cuban. We've contacted all of these people. We went that route and thought that we would. Then we went in and we thought we would give, other people we had weight to. We contacted John Maxwell. Obviously we're good friends with Ty Lopez. There's a lot of people. And then there's always one in the back of my mind that I always wanted. And I never knew if it was possible just for the situation and everything. It was literally the most perfect merger that I felt that we could have from OMG Live. Now, I'm going to give a little bit of context to this main speaker here. Is this guy literally is one of my mentors. He's literally one of the greatest conversion minds in the world. In my opinion, there is no one better at sales, at understanding how to get your mind right with sales than anyone in the world. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys this. If you're ready, give me #ready. I know I've drugged this out about as long as we can. Then we're going to give you the link to get started. Give me #ready if you're ready. Almost feel like we need a drum roll. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to post the picture right up on top of OMG Way, and I'm going to let you guys see it. While everyone's giving me #ready, I want you to do it. Hold on, man, this thing is...
Maybe we need some AC/DC to go with this.
We would if I was set up for it, but what we do is before I do this, let me ask you guys this. How many of you have seen Wolf of Wall Street? How many of you have seen it? Because our featured speaker of OMG Live 2016, that's just one of them, is Jordan Belfort. And Jordan literally is absolutely phenomenal. If you don't know anything about him, or if you haven't seen anything about him, just write into the picture if you are excited that Jordan is going to take the stage for 3 hours. For 3 hours and teach his straight line formula. The same guy that Wolf of Wall Street was made out of. He's made millions. He charges $100,000 a day to go in and to teach people. He is going to come in and he is ready to rock the house for OMG. So this is it right here. This is one of our featured speakers, the Wolf of Wall Street itself. Joe, what do you say, man?
Dude, that is awesome. Like, I knew some of the people you were contacting, and my pick out of all of them would have been is him. So I'm so glad that you got him, man. It's going to be so awesome.
Right.
Derek, this isn't
what
like
do you
we have
say,
a
man?
speaker. This is we have a trainer for 3
Right.
hours. That's why I said early on when you asked me, before in the very beginning of the webinar, many hours ago. But it's night and
Right.
day because he's training for 3 hours. It's not like he's
Right.
going to get up and give like an hour of anecdotes or something like that.
Sure. And for those of you that want, as soon as we get off, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to watch his stuff if you haven't. It is absolutely amazing. You guys have watched the movie, but if you haven't heard him as a trainer, I would be willing to say, Jordan and I have talked many times. Jordan is one of the greatest sales minds. Frank Kern says that he got all of his sales training from Jordan Belfort. If you haven't watched the movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, go out and watch it. It's the story of his life. And he's absolutely amazing, a dynamic speaker. And how many of you are excited about this? Just under the picture, give me #excited. That you have the opportunity for 3 hours to hear how he trained and made hundreds of millions of dollars on Wall Street. But not only that, but his amazing straight line sales system, which is, I follow it. It's just absolutely amazing. So as you can see right there. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to open it up right now. And once again, what we're going to do is I'm going to post the link right up on the top of the page so you can find it again. And this is going to open it up for you guys right here. It's omgmachines.com/live.php. You guys can get in right now for $249, or even less than that. It's $240 something for 4 payments. You've already, and plus I'll be speaking. Liz will be speaking. You're going to hear all the coaches. Every coach is going to be speaking on day one. You're going to get an old-fashioned SEO NDA right there. And by the way, guys, there's a limited number of tickets to this. We have almost 890 people on this webinar right now. There are a limited number of tickets. I don't know how long we'll have the early bird special up to where it's going to be $249 for 4 payments.